Hi, gang. Welcome to another episode of Your New Favorite Song here on AIM Country Music Television. Buckle up, because we're meeting an artist who brings the heart and soul of rural Mississippi straight to your living room. He learned the meaning of hard work early in life, working alongside his dad and granddad to harvest their meals and draw their water from a nearby well. These experiences, along with his deep faith, have shaped him into the man and the artist he is today. He's deceptively quiet and reserved offstage, but light up the stage and he lights up too. He transforms into a powerhouse, blending traditional country music with the touch of the outlaw spirit, creating music that's raw, honest, and most important, authentic. This is not, as they say, his first rodeo. His debut single, Beer in the Bible, released late last year, was just a first taste of what is to come. So put your feet up and get ready to be drawn in by his storytelling, raw honesty, and down-to-earth perspective. Of course, I've been talking about Corey Davis. We're thrilled to have him here today to talk about his song, Jesus Made an Outlaw. So let's get him in here right now to talk about what might just be your new favorite song. Welcome, Corey. Thanks for coming on the program today.
Yep, thanks for having me, Mark.
Well, you're very welcome. I'm excited to get started. How would you feel about just launching into this with an intro? You just tell us all about Corey Davis.
Yeah, I grew up in Northeast Mississippi, working hard for every meal that we ever had placed on our table, growing up in the garden and drawing water from a well. Got started with my music career with my dad and mother. When I was in ninth grade, my daddy took me to Memphis to buy a set of drums, and he got tired of me playing so loud, and I got tired of him telling me to be quiet. So the year I graduated high school, I asked him to teach me to play guitar. So here we are today.
Your dad was a musician too?
Yes, sir. He was a great musician.
Well, that's
And
awesome. It's nice to carry the talent forward.
Yep, it is.
Well, your debut single was "Beer in the Bible," and it was released in September last year. That one didn't have a video, so we didn't have it on AIM Country. Then you followed up with "When the Devil Took Me." That was released in December of 2023. That one did premiere with us on the Country Rising program. People really seem to like that one. So you got "Beer in the Bible," "When the Devil Took Me," and "Jesus Made an Outlaw," kind of right in a row. And none of those are actually overtly religious songs, more of a nod to your background and upbringing. What are some of the influences that shaped you, to what we see now?
When the devil took me, that was, I came up with that with just a riff on my guitar, and kind of swampy sounding, and that's, my wife is a Cajun born and bred, and so I came up with that song about her, and so I tell her she's not the devil, but just the right amount of wrong for me. And then Jesus Made an Outlaw, that's a very personal song for my wife and I. Her brother passed away last September in a motorcycle accident, and I wear this shirt in his honor today, but he never owned a vehicle. All he ever rode was motorcycles.
Really?
Yep. And about 3 days after he passed, she asked me to write a song about Jason and Jesus. I couldn't make anything come out with that hook, so I wrote the song and called her out to my truck one Sunday morning about a week later, and she heard it with just me and my guitar, and she started crying and said that's my favorite song ever. So
Yeah, I can imagine that one evoking some tears with that backstory.
Yes, sir.
We know your sound is uniquely you. I think it definitely does have that swamp rock lean to it. Really, do you have a full-time band, or just fortunate to find the right studio guys? How do you do this sound?
No, I mean, I just I go into the studio at Studio 45B in Nashville, and my producer Grady James, he asked me what do I want out of it, and I mean, all you got to do is tell him, and we're off to the races.
It's nice having someone like that to work with.
It is. It really is.
Fantastic. It's funny in person, one-on-one, you come across as very polite, kind of quiet, country gentleman kind of thing. But your singing voice is that of an extrovert. It's real strong, it's committed. Your songwriting is sort of a no excuses kind of a storytelling. I don't have any videos of your live performances, and I haven't had the privilege of being at a live show yet. But I imagine it's a pretty lively experience. What can we expect of you and the band in a live setting?
Oh, I mean, we love to, get the crowd riled up, keep you involved, and we do take requests and try to, do those just as well as we do the songs that I've written myself. We're here for entertainment and to help, let the crowd enjoy what we do and show that we enjoy it to them.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't be doing it long if you don't entertain. People gotta want to come back.
That's right.
So how would you describe your sound? What would be your description of it?
On stage?
Yeah. Yeah. What would the sound be like? Is it a jam? I mean, what do you got going there?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a jam. We lightning, just imagine a storm coming.
There you go. Well, I think your songs really would be a good illustration of that. If you go back and listen with the three I've mentioned, they all have a real distinctive sound that you would expect Corey to sound like, and I think that translates well to an acoustic show. It translates well to putting a full band behind it and really jamming out. So I think there's a lot of flexibility with your music just in general.
Right. Yep.
Well, we're here today to talk about your new release, the one we've been talking about, Jesus Made an Outlaw. Give us just, a little bit about your feelings about the song, what you think about it, and then we'll jump back and play it.
Like I said, the person I wrote it about, my brother-in-law, he was a God-fearing, good-hearted outlaw, and the song is kind of just up in your face, but that's how outlaws are. I mean, there's not really much to pull back, so that's the way we wanted it, and we dedicated it to him, and that's what we came up with.
Well, I wondered about that when I first heard the song, because it's one of those songs that sounds like it's a story about somebody. But one of the questions I had in my mind was how do you make up something like this? But this is not made up. This is about some real guy. I love that.
True story.
Well, I think it's time to play it. How about you?
Let's hear it.
Fantastic. You're watching Corey Davis's video for Jesus Made an Outlaw on AIM Country Music Television.
He rolled into town on a day hot as hell, drank whiskey from a bottle like water from a well. We knew he was different with just one look, breaking every rule in the book, shaking hands with the devil for a good cause. That's right, Jesus made an outlaw. He rode an iron horse, gun on his side, didn't give a damn, nothing to hide. Smoked cigarettes, man, he was old school, raised upright, nobody's fool. Don't touch his bike or his big old dog, that's right, Jesus made an outlaw. Billy the Kid and Johnny Cash would tip their hat to this badass. Proper 12, Coke and Crown, line 'em up and put 'em down, raising hell just because Jesus made an outlaw. lions, not sheep, strong as hell, and prayed for the weak. Black leather jacket, redneck point of view, stood up for what's right for me and you. Didn't hold back, called what he saw, that's right. Jesus made an outlaw. Billy the Kid and Johnny Cash would tip their hat to this badass. Proper 12, Coke and Crown, line 'em up and put 'em down. Raising hell just because Jesus made an outlaw. Raising hell just because Jesus made an outlaw. Put down that 6-shooter, boy.
I love it. It really does have a bit of a swamp rock feel to it. Thanks for sharing that one with us. I love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mark.
Well, let's wrap this up with you telling us where to find you online, on stage, and where we can buy or listen to all this music.
Okay, yeah. You can check me out at Corey Davis Country on Facebook and Instagram. And you can also find me online at CoreyDavisCountry.com. Be glad for you to check me out. Let me know what you think.
Fantastic.
Thank you for listening.
I love it. Well, thanks for joining us today, Corey. It's been a fun visit.
Thank you, Mark, for having me. I really enjoyed it.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Davis. So, what do you guys think? Is Jesus Made an Outlaw going to be your new favorite song? This has been Mark Gilead for AIM Country Music Television. Thank you for watching.
Put down that 6-shooter.